So this semester I've been student teaching at Owasso Public Schools in Owasso, Oklahoma, and been working with their band students, grades 6 through 12. Um, One of the big things that I've struggled with this semester, um, not struggled, but it's been new for me, is being prepared for everything. When you're in classes, you can show up and you'll have your homework done. But it's much different when you're teaching a class and you have to know exactly how you're going to transition from one thing to the next. And so that has been a new challenge for me. And at the beginning, it was not quite as good. But as we've gone along, I felt like I've gotten better at that. And it'll be something that I will need to continue to improve as I go throughout my teaching career. But being prepared and being ready for class is way more important than I had originally thought. You can't really effectively go in and just wing it and hope that things are going to go well, which you can sometimes do in classes or other avenues like rehearsals and stuff. So not recommended. But going in front of a bunch of students, whether it's sixth graders or even high schoolers, they can tell if you're not prepared, and the rehearsals just don't quite get any traction if you're not prepared before you start. So that has been a big thing for me that I've been working on and getting better at this year. Um, just also knowing about some of the instruments that you're not as familiar about has been big for me. I feel really confident approaching woodwind pedagogy, and so that was fine for the most part. But sometimes we get to brass things, and I don't know those as quite as well, and so that would create every once in a while just a little bit of trouble in rehearsals. And so I had to go and study up on that stuff, and I have definitely improved. It's been great. I got to work with the sixth grade trombone and low brass class, so that's been very helpful in that regard, especially concerning trombone because that instrument is challenging with the different, with the slide positions and the minute adjustments that are involved there. To have a little more knowledge has been good, especially when I've approached my high school ensembles, knowing that, okay, in these positions they need to move it this way or that way a little bit, or it's going to be slightly out of tune this way, or stuff like that. One surprising thing about this semester, or one thing that I didn't think as much about when going in that I would enjoy, has been working with middle school. I always thought going out of high school I'd be a high school band director, and I guess just hadn't worked with middle school that much, so I hadn't known if I would like that or not. But having the opportunity this semester, I found that I really enjoyed that, which is something I hadn't expected, which is neat. The students at least the 6th and 7th age are pretty good. 8th grade, they get a little bit rough at that age, but the overall my middle school experience here has been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to do that as I've gone throughout my time here. And the little sixth graders are very, very excited for class usually, which is fun. I've been teaching the saxophone class lately for the beginning sixth graders, and that's been a lot of fun because they're excited and we're making a lot of progress. And most of them usually try to come in each day and say, "Oh, look at these notes I can play," and then they try to play on the palm keys, which doesn't go very well, but they're trying and they're working on each day. So that's really exciting to see their progress and to just see their joy as they're learning the instrument. That's been a lot of fun. I have had many opportunities this semester to observe different behind-the-scenes kind of things. Owasso hosts their own solo and ensemble competitions for both middle school and high school, as well as hosting middle school and E-band contests for this side of the state. So on those days, I was in charge of doing different things, usually helping out with the contests or the things, helping them run. For solo and ensemble stuff, I did a lot of score running, so I get the scores from the rooms, go write them up so the kids could see what they're doing. And so I got to interact with the judges a little bit, and that was neat. It was also neat seeing how they had everything set up for them. That was, at least from this side of things, the staff had things set up well. They had all the forms ready for them when they got here. They sat them down, kind of walked them through the process of the day and stuff. So that was really neat to get to see. And then for contest, it was a lot of fun getting to be on the behind the scenes. Well, it was sort of fun getting to be behind the scenes because it ended up being a lot of work. I announced for the middle school one because none of the students wanted to. And then for the high school one, I ended up taking bands usually from warm-up to the stage and then from the stage to the sight reading room. So I got to hear a lot of performances, which was really great, but it was a lot of activity that day. But I'm glad I got to do that because now, not that my potential school, wherever, would be hosting those, but to know what goes on behind the scenes, if that ever arises, or just knowing the other side of that helps when I'm going to contests, and if I ever run into problems, stuff, I kind of know how things are going and why things may not be working correctly. It has been a lot of fun getting to work with the high school workshop this semester. I enjoy that age, and I've worked a lot with them in like marching band tech and stuff, but to be able to go through them with concert season. I've also been able to do saxophone ensemble with some of the high schoolers here, which has been a lot of fun. We've been meeting once a week since the beginning of the school year, and sometimes twice a week, depending on if we have stuff coming up or not. But they have worked really hard, and it's been fun to see their growth and their development throughout the year. They actually came up to the NASA conference in March, so that was really cool to get to bring them there and kind of go with them around to things and show them kind of the professional side of things. And not that many of them will go on to be music majors or saxophone performers, but just to have that experience, I think, was really valuable for them. One other thing that presented a big challenge for me as the semester went on was I did not expect it to be as tiring as it was. I knew coming in that it was going to be more challenging, maybe more tiring than school had been up to this point. But I'd also had a number of very challenging semesters, 20 or 21 hours, multiple different ensembles I was in. And so I'd been used to going through a semester and being tired and doing that kind of thing, but I had reached a new level of tired this semester while student teaching. Granted, both Madison and I ended up going back and forth for wind ensemble, so that created a lot of later nights and a lot of driving, which led to that. But also, just being in front of students all day is a much more taxing experience than I would have thought from the beginning. It's an extremely rewarding experience. It really doesn't get any better than that. Getting to see their progress and their growth as not only musicians but human beings throughout the semester is great. But it is really tiring, and that has been something, especially as we end up in the semester and are finishing things up, that has become I don't know an issue, but it's something that I've had to really deal with coming in. Just trying to keep my energy up and keep the positivity up as we go throughout the end of the semester. I could just be used to the college schedule where we don't, it's a shorter, more intense period, but for public schools, it goes a little bit longer. A little more breaks in between, but it keeps going. But yeah, I've had a really great experience, and I'm looking forward to the future for my potential job next year.